Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to pay-per-view of the week. Excuse me, pay-per-view of the week, episode number 2. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am a bit late on doing episode 2, about 2 or 3 weeks. More like a week or two, because the pay-per-view that happened after the one I did recently, a couple of weeks ago, with Great American Bash of 2007. There was a Battleground pay-per-view after that, so nothing I could do there. But I will go ahead and do this review for you guys. It should have been done on Sunday. I do apologize about not getting this done. But I'm off today from work. Was supposed to be going in for my father's surgery, but he has actually decided to cancel that surgery. Not to get into the details with that. Not that you guys would know or care about that, except for my friend Matthew. Um, but anyway, guys. Uh, so here's the pay-per-view of the week. WWF No Mercy 1999. Yes, I do watch in chronological order Raw and SmackDown episodes of the old days when wrestling actually was entertaining and worth everybody's time. And it was only 2 hours for each show, thank God. We had to do 3 hours of Raw every fucking week. With the talent that was in 1999, I think we all would want to shoot ourselves. Because the talent in 1999 outside of the main eventers was not exactly the best that we can imagine. But they were entertaining regardless of all that. Wrestling skills aside, they did have some interesting and funny characters that you could watch every single night. But the wrestling wasn't exactly as good as it became further on in time. But starting the show off, it had The Godfather versus Minion. What a shitty fucking match. What pointless bullshit. Who cares? Move on. This match was a dud. Godfather wins against Minion. Very short storyline that started about a week or two before the actual pay-per-view, and that's pretty much it. Pointless fucking match. Fabulous Moolah versus Ivory for the women's championship. Ivory was the champion going in. What a sad, pathetic thing they did here. Fabulous Moolah wins the women's championship in her fucking 70s or 80s. For God's sakes. She's an elderly woman. What the hell is she winning a title? What the hell is she even in a match? Didn't understand this one either. This was a fucking mind blower. The pay-per-view, even though the first two matches I'm bitching and complaining about, was actually a good show, by the way. So I'll just throw that out there to you. Just had to skip a couple of matches, and the rest of the show was pretty decent. Godfather and Minion's match was a 1. Fabulous Moolah versus Ivory is a half a star out of 5. The Hollies versus the New Age Outlaws. The Hollies actually win by disqualification. Nothing really big and exciting here. I'd give it a 2 out of 5 stars. It wasn't all that big of a deal, and it was supposed to be a tag team championship match against the Hollies, but for whatever reason, before that whole situation happened, for that to occur, The Rock and Mankind managed to win the tag team titles, and that was thanks to the Hollies, because the Hollies were trying to knock out the fucking the Rock and Mankind, and instead they knocked out the wrong guy. So the tag team champions were Rock and Mankind, the Rock and Sock Connection. China versus Jeff Jarrett for the WWF Intercontinental title in a good housekeeping match. This match was actually pretty entertaining. I give it a solid 3 stars. China walking away as the WWF Intercontinental Champion was actually pretty neat, and it was their first time ever being a women to hold the Intercontinental title. Thought this was pretty fucking awesome. A very neat and nice thing that they did in the storyline, because they made Jeff Jarrett absolutely rude, crude, and mighty mean. Because he definitely was a prick throughout this entire storyline about women. And it was very controversial. And it was a good thing that they made China win, but I don't think they would have had all this going on and not have China win. I think that would be really stupid on their part. Not to mention, they'd have a lot of controversy in a very negative light shining upon them and causing them a lot of fucking problems. So, yeah. This match, though, was very good. 3 out of 5 stars. Very entertaining match. Good hardcore action that happened, and China picked up the victory. Jeff Jarrett almost walked out as the Intercontinental Champion, but he used a guitar to win the match, and the referee called it and said, nope, restart the match. That was not a good housekeeping weapon that they used, so that does not count. So you have to restart the match. Very similar to what happened with China and Jeff Jarrett the month before in Unforgiven, where she used the guitar and she was disqualified even though she got the count because the referee at the time did not see it, but another referee pointed out to the referee in that match that that was incorrect. It shouldn't have never been counted. It should have been a DQ. They looked through the replay, and that was that. Just a way to extend the match altogether. Rock and British Bulldog. This was an obvious win by The Rock. There was no doubt about it. The Rock was going to win. British Bulldog was not going to win this match. That would have been a horrible decision by Vince McMahon at the time. Rock was a big time name, and he was loved by everybody, man and woman. And he was just a fucking rock star then. He made fun of Mankind the whole entire time they were tag team champions, so it was really pathetic and sad on Mankind's part trying to become a champion with a guy who could really not stomach him based on the way he acted. But later on, things become a bit better between The Rock and Mankind by like January of 2000. The New Brood, Matt and Jeff Hardy, which later on changes into the Hardy Boys, challenged Edge and Christian for $100,000 and for Terry Reynolds' managerial services in a ladders match. This match was the very first ladders match that any of the 3 participants between the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, and Edge and Christian ever had. This match was actually fantastic. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. A lot of good action happened here, and very high risk stunts were performed in this match. It wasn't no tables, ladders, and chairs kind of shit with a triple threat, but these 2 teams beat the hell out of each other, and they roughed each other up pretty bad. The Hardy Boys actually walk away with the victory, the only victory I believe that they got over the Edge and Christian in a ladders match, because the rest of the time being anything after that, Edge and Christian won for whatever fucking reason. I don't know why. But whatever. They were a great tag team anyway, but still, I kind of thought that they would fucking uh, lose to some of the tag teams they went up against in ladder matches. But whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's still a great match. 4.5 out of 5 stars for that. Val Venus and Mankind's storyline for their build up for this match was absolutely pathetic. It was a fight over a fucking sock with The Rock's face on it. And Val Venus kept the sock of Rock's face inside his pants where his crotch is. That's what the whole storyline was all about. Yes. The great storyline writers back in the day still had some really fucked up ideas. And the writing was great then, and yet sometimes they went off the deep end and did some really stupid and crappy shit. Yeah, that was pretty fucking pathetic and sad. I thought that was really sickening. And I did not like that whatsoever. I thought the storyline was shit. The match itself wasn't all that great. I give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Val Venus walked away with the victory at the end of the day. So, like, who the fuck cares? Mankind should have really won this match, but I guess they were trying to build up Val Venus into some superstar at some point. Well, that didn't work out very well if you know your history from back in the 90s and the early 2000s. He didn't really do much but win Intercontinental Championship belts and the tag team titles, and that was about it. Um, then we had a four corners eliminations match, which I didn't quite understand outside of getting X Pac to show that he's not the weak link of the team. He tries to win this match, but he had his partner Kane Bradshaw, and he was facing Bradshaw and Farouk in this four corners match, which wasn't all that big of a deal. I mean, there was really no storyline behind this. It's just a random match they put together just to throw in, which was the eighth match of the show. And X Pac walked away with the victory standing tall without Kane's help. So, I mean, that's about the only storyline you got through this match that you could tell. Other than that, it was nothing big. I mean, I give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, but nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. Triple H versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for Triple H for the WWF Championship. Triple H was actually the champion going in, is what I was trying to say. And this match was supposed to be a regular singles match. It turned into an anything goes match. Before this match actually occurred and Rock won his match against British Bulldog, later on in the night, Rock came out, did some promo work. As usual, he was funny as hell, and he wanted to whip the shit out of whoever wins the WWF title between Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Um, Once he closed out his promo, he walked up the ramp, went behind the curtain, and Triple H showed up out of nowhere for no fucking reason at all, and hits him with a sledgehammer and puts him out of commission for a while, and his ribs are hurt. Rock and Triple H and Stone Cold go back and forth throughout this entire match. Very good match, by the way. I give this match a 4 out of 5 stars. Good action that happened here. They really tore it up big time. And, I mean, it was a pretty damn awesome match. Triple H walked away with the victory. Triple H was looking like he was going to lose, but didn't. He ended up getting The Rock to interfere later on during that match. He came into the ring with the sledgehammer that Triple H used on him, tried to hit Triple H with it, but unfortunately hit Stone Cold Steve Austin right in the gut, same way that Triple H hit The Rock. So The Rock goes ahead and he's like, oh shit, and he gets pedigreed by Triple H, and he gets the pin on Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's how the match ends. Overall, the match was a 4 out of 5 star match. You got 3 really decent matches, a couple of things here and there. I mean, if to point out anything, the matches that I thought that were good outside of the 3 that I mentioned. I mean, if you want to catch Val Venus and Mankind, it was pretty entertaining. Triple H and Stone Cold for the WWF title. The ladder match with the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian was great. Rock and British Bulldog was good. China versus Jeff Jarrett for the WWF Intercontinental Championship. You know, you want to watch that definitely. If you like tag team action with a singles, with a one tag team to the other, you can catch that. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I didn't like the ending. And the first 2 matches you shouldn't even bother watching. They were both shit. So that's my overall opinion about this pay per view. I will be back later on this week. I will watch a pay per view before Sunday comes, or before Sunday ends, I should say, and I'm going to do a review on that at some point down the line. So at this time, guys, I may be actually doing a review on a different wrestling corporation. It may be WCW, ECW, it may be ROH, it may be fucking New Japan Wrestling even. I'm thinking about possibly getting ROH subscription to watch and stream their library content which they do have, which I did not know, by the way, for only $7.99 a month, which is pretty fucking cool as shit. And I may get that and get New Japan Wrestling because they have the same exact thing, and it's $9.99 a month, same way as WWE does their shit. So I may actually be having two extra wrestling companies to be able to watch, provide and review, uh, you know, media content on that stuff that I have seen and gotten a chance to look at. Anyway, guys, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review, and hit the thumbs up if you did. And also leave your comments and opinions down below if you guys actually seen the event. Tell me what you guys thought of it. And on top of it, hit the subscribe button if you aren't already a subscriber. Thank you, and have a great day, guys.